All right, let's do it.
All right.
We are going live in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, everyone, welcome back once again to this Beefcast presentation. I'm your casting host, Beef. Joining me is Jamil, a.k.a. Zertos. How's it going?
It's going all right. Over on the right-hand side of the map, we have PapaRoach spawning as the purple Zerg.
Yeah. Getting into the losers bracket here in this IvDYogiTime.com tournament number 27. His opponent in the bottom left-hand corner, the red Protoss, he's going to be euphhy, the random player, finally getting Protoss.
Right, we've seen euphhy 2 other times. Both times have been Zerg, so he gets to show us his Protoss this time.
Yeah, both times his Zerg, he was relatively impressive. So I'm really kind of curious to see what his main race, if you could say that is, which one it is, and how he's going to do here as Protoss. If he's better as a Protoss than he is as a Zerg, we could have a very good game on our hands. Right now we do see our purple Zerg actually going to be dropping a very early gas here, something that you do not see very often here against our Protoss player. Going to be going that gas on 10 supply. So it's very much so looking like he is going to be one basing for the time being. Only one drone in this extractor. Second drone going to be making its way in there right now as well. So this could very well be some kind of early roach pressure, something along those lines. But back at home for our Protoss player, a Forge Fast Expand is going to be the choice. And as that probe does go ahead and make its way up into the base, he's going to see the relatively early spawning pool and the extremely early gas. And he's going to say, hey, I can't go Nexus first. He's going to go second pylon right there, right behind that first pylon. And he's going to start by going Gateway Cannon, most likely, to go ahead and try to complete that wall off as soon as possible to fend off any kind of early aggression.
Yeah, that extractor was so early, I actually thought maybe he was going for an extractor trick, so I was expecting the cancel.
Yeah, me too. It's something that you just do not see very often. He's even going to be going up to a second gas right now. And the probe's going to make its way back in there once again and see that right away. So he could even be going for something like a giant Baneling bust. That is the only thing I could think of is why he would need this much gas. Queen finally going to get started here for our Zerg player, but right now he's working with 5 drones in gases. He's even going up to that 6th drone in gas. So he's making so much gas.
Yeah, it's a very unorthodox build. I'm quite interested to see what he does with all that gas.
Yeah, right now he hasn't even started Speedling, Zergling speed, so it's not looking like he's going to put on any kind of early aggression right now, and the Roach Warren finally does come down, but with the amount of gas that he's mining, there is absolutely no way that he can support Roach production to get rid of all that gas off of only one base. He simply doesn't have the mineral income to keep up with that amount of gas income. You need roughly 3 times as much mineral income as your gas income to support full-out Roach production. So it's kind of odd, definitely.
Right. Meanwhile, our Protoss player has put a expansion down in his natural. His gateway is almost finished. So we see him just calmly expanding.
Yep, keep calm, expand. Drone is going to make its way in there right there. So we did see that there is a little bit of a gap in this wall, even when he throws down this cybernetics core. But that will be nice and easily blocked by a Zealot or a Probe in a little while. And we do even see that there is a proxy pylon across the map in the Zerg's 3rd. So when it comes down to an expansion, the Protoss player will know that happens. But the way that this game is going right now, I'm not sure that we're going to see a 3rd expansion one way or the other from our Zerg player. Going all the way up to 650 gas right now. What is he going to use all this gas on?
Right, and he's also missing some of his larva injects. That Queen has very high energy. He should probably just use that by putting down a creep tumor at this point.
Yeah, most certainly. But with all that gas, how cool would it be to see him just make 20 Banelings or something and just roll into his opponent's base. I think that would be awesome. I hope that we get to see something cool like that, and that he doesn't just kind of pull that gas forever, or maybe even going up to a second base and Mutalisk tech. That would be pretty awesome.
Meanwhile, we do see our Protoss player using his Chrono Boost on that Warp Gate technology. Also, he's Chrono Boosting a +1 weapon, so I believe we're going to see some early aggression out of Protoss.
Yeah, with that +1, he's going to be very effective at cleaning up low-tier Zerg units. Those +1 zealots will be able to two-shot unupgraded Zerglings, so that makes them very, very good.
And he's also put down a Robo, which is an interesting choice. Perhaps he's going to go for early Immortals to help push back against those Roach armies that Zerg often have.
Yep. With that Robo, and even seeing the extremely late second base of his opponent, he's going to go ahead and drop a second Photon Cannon saying, hey, this is really weird. This is like some serious shenanigans right now. And he might even be able to see some of those Roaches. If we take a look at his vision, he doesn't quite see those Roaches, but it's very close. If the Roaches go to the other side of that ramp, he would see them. Back at home, though, our Protoss player has gone all the way up to 4 gases, so he's going to be able to pump out a lot of tech-related stuff, going up to a total of 6 gates for the time, or 4 gates, excuse me, and a Stargate. So he's going to be able to do some cool things with that Stargate. Might be able to produce quite a few Void Rays out of that, in addition to the Immortal production, in addition to the Observer that's going to be going across the map to spot what is going on.
Right, it is a very interesting choice to have that Stargate in addition to 4 gateways and a Robo. I don't believe he's going to be able to build off of these unless he gets his third up. He's going to have some idle production.
Yeah. And so I do want to take this time to go ahead and thank our sponsors, well, not exactly our sponsors, but the organizers for putting these tournaments together. Once again, that is IvDYogiTime.com. If you're in chat, that is in the link in between games that is on the splash page. Go ahead and go over to their site. Make sure that they know that we love them putting these organizations and tournaments on. But right now, the Roaches are going to be pressing up here into the Protoss Natural, where they are going to be able to take out that first pylon. But one force field is going to be able to block quite a few of them, and the Immortal in the back going all the way up to 4 kills for the time being, and all of those Roaches but one do end up getting cleaned up. The Observer going to go ahead and make its way across the map. Right now, going to see that there is actually really low saturation on that natural base. And the Zerg player is really just in quite a situation right now, going up to a total of 4 gases, but still just barely getting that lair out right now, sitting at 1,200 gas. It would be awesome if he's able to get into Mutalisk tech, something like that, make use of all that gas, even in Festers, finally get to drop double Evos, so make use of the gas in that way. But our Protoss player dropping his own third.
Meanwhile, our lone Roach that survived was suddenly cleaned out because he didn't pull it back. Protoss is pushing out here with 2 Immortals, a Void Ray, a Sentry, and a handful of Zealots, as well as 1 Stalker. The Stalker is leading ahead so that he can kind of tell what he's going to meet. Yeah,
and that Stalker, like you said, being a little bit of a scout right there, doesn't manage to see exactly what's going on, but as that Void Ray gets in there, he's certainly going to see, hey, there's a lot of Roaches up there, but we've got a fair amount of Immortals. That proxy pylon going to be making itself useful over there, as the Void Ray does manage to make some contact here, and the Immortals in the back going to be cleaning up a lot of these Roaches. Void Ray is going to be charging up here onto the Queen right now, and that Queen is going to fall to that Void Ray. Second Void Ray does go ahead and join the competition right there. The uphill vision provided by the Void Ray is going to be able to allow those Immortals to clean everything up. 2 Void Rays charged up on that hatchery. 2 Immortals going to be just absolutely pounding into that, and the natural hatchery is going to fall right there. Reinforcements of Zealots going to be warped in. Drones coming off the line here to try to take out this army, but there is absolutely no way those drones are going to be able to clean up an army of this size and power right now. The Roaches are going to be able to reinforce right now, but cleaned up immediately, and our Zerg player is in dire straits.
Yeah, I don't believe our Zerg is going to be able to hold this off, even if he got out more Roaches. Those Void Rays are just too much to deal with, and even that last Queen just goes down.
Yeah, his choice here was to go ahead and make some Hydras, and he is up to 6 Hydras. Hydras are actually very effective at dealing with Immortal Void Ray. They do very well against both of those units, but 6 of them, like we talked before, about not having any kind of tanks for them, they're going to die so fast. But look at the DPS. They actually do decent damage and clean up all these zealots relatively quickly, but at the same time, the lair does die as the third Void Ray and third Immortal do join in the fray here. And the Zerg player is just completely out of luck right now. He's going to be calling GG very soon here.
And he's even short the minerals needed to get another hatchery.
Yeah.
It's just luck.
So that is over. A very dominant game there from our random player, randoming Protoss. Euphhy looking very strong. I think he's going places with his random play. He looks very strong on 2 out of the 3 races here.
Right. It'd be interesting if we get to see his Terran later.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Thank you for watching, though. I've been your casting host, Beef. Joining me, Zertos, a.k.a. Jamil, casting for IvDYogiTime.com. Head over to that website. Get all the info for all the tournaments. 3 tournaments a week, each one of them a cash prize. Today is gold and silver. Friday is all divisions. Make sure to check them out. Go over there, click on a Google ad so that they can get some funding to keep these tournaments rolling. But thank you for watching. We will be back with some more matches from today's tournament in just a bit. We'll see you then.
That was a pretty decisive victory.
That, yeah.